Izzey from Royalton Music Center. Congratulations! We are so excited that you're joining band this year. Making music is amazing! When you open your trumpet case, this is what you'll see. When you open your baritone case, this is what you'll see. Let's talk about how to take great care of your trumpet or baritone. Today I will be demonstrating on a trumpet, but if you're a baritone player, you will care for your instrument the same way. When you brought your instrument home from Royalton Music Center, you should have also received some important care supplies. The first one is this blue piece of paper. This goes over everything you need to know about how to take great care of an instrument. You also received this care kit. This has all of the important tools that you need to keep your instrument in great playing condition. I will show you how to use all of these things. So the first thing to remember about playing your instrument is that you use your hands and your mouth to play. That means you need to wash your hands and brush your teeth or get a quick drink of water before you practice. So let's get started. When you're getting ready to play your instrument in band or practicing at home, you'll take your mouthpiece and gently slide it into the trumpet or the baritone. You don't need to push it in too hard, it'll stay just like this. Now there are some things we also need to check before we play. You can check these things once a week or just as needed. The first thing to know, you have 3 valves on your instrument. 1, 2, and 3. These valves are numbered on the instrument and inside. I will show you. So this is valve number 1. To pull it out of its casing, we unscrew all the way and then lift straight out so that you don't bend anything. If you look on the inside of your valve, you'll see a number 1. There's also a number 1 on its casing. It is so very important that number 1 always goes in the number 1 slot. If we put number 1 in number 2 or number 3's casing, then you won't be able to get a sound out of your instrument, and the valves also won't be able to move as well. Valves move by being oiled. So if your valve isn't moving, it may mean that you need more oil. You have valve oil in your care kit. So we'll open up the cap, just like this, give it a little squeeze, and we are going to put this oil on the silver part of the valve right here. Friends, you'll want to be sure to do this over maybe a garbage can or outside or even over your case. You do not want to do it over your mom's favorite tablecloth or your favorite blanket because it's oil. So once you're done oiling your valve, you want to make sure to put the oil away so it doesn't spill. And then you will simply put the valve right back into its casing at a straight angle. Then you'll turn until you hear it lock into place, and then you can twist everything back together. Now check this out, friends. That is moving so smoothly. Your valves are ready. Let's talk about your slides. The trumpet has 4 slides. You have one main one right here. You've got a tiny one back here. You've got a very tiny one right here. And your 4th one is right here. Sometimes your slides may need some grease, which is in this tiny little tube. I will demonstrate on our main slide right here. Now friends, when you're removing your slides, be very careful not to bump any of your other parts. It may take a little bit of a push, but you'll get it out just like that. Now friends, before you put new grease on, it's important to wipe off any old grease. If we put new grease on top of old, it won't do its job and it could just get a little bit stuck. So always wipe off your old grease. I used a paper towel and look at that, it all came off. So when you're ready, you'll just do a tiny little bit of grease right along the dull part of the slide, or the part that goes inside of the instrument, and you'll just rub it in like lotion or chapstick. Once it's all rubbed around, you can push your slide back in, and look at that, it moves so smoothly now, friends. We're definitely ready to play. If you have a little bit of excess grease coming out, that's okay. You can just wipe it off with a paper towel or your polishing cloth. So once those things are done, you should be all ready to play. Now let's talk about how to put your trumpet away when you're done with practice. So you've got your mouthpiece in. You'll just simply slide it out, being very careful not to bump anything. Put it back in its appropriate place and set your trumpet down. After each time you play, you want to take your polishing cloth and wipe off any fingerprints. We're sending you home with a shiny new trumpet. We want to make sure it stays nice and shiny, so always wipe it off. Once a week, you can clean out your mouthpiece with this skinny little brush. I would get it wet with some warm water and dish soap and just scrub it through this way, scrub it through that way, and then leave it out to dry. Now, once a month, you are going to take your trumpet completely apart, or your baritone, and give it a bath. Yes, in the bathtub at home. It sounds crazy, but this is what we do. When you're giving your instrument a bath, you want to remove all 3 of your valves, as well as their caps at the bottom, and you will completely remove all 4 of your slides, so they'll come completely off. Now, you might want to set a towel at the bottom of your bathtub just to prevent any scratching or denting of your instrument pieces. And then you will put all of your pieces and parts inside of the tub. You can fill it up with some warm, not hot, but just warm water and some gentle soap. Now we've got a few different brushes that you can use when giving your instrument a bath. We've got the mouthpiece brush, which we used earlier. You can put that in as well and just scrub through all of your little pieces and parts. We also have a very long snake brush, and this can be used to go all the way through your slides and even through your valves when you're giving it a bath. So check it out. This can go all the way through like that, all the way through, and then this we can put through the mouthpiece hole, and it goes all the way down into this slide, so you can get every little nook and cranny of your instrument. We also have this large brush, which is used to clean your valves. So you can push this brush all the way through and scrub, scrub, scrub. You can see it poking through the bottom, and get everything nice and clean. Once all of your pieces and parts are clean, you can run it through with some clean, cooler water, and then put all of your pieces and parts back into the case and let it dry with the case open overnight. Once your instrument is completely dry, you will need to reapply your valve oil to your valves and new grease to your slides. Here are some important things to remember about caring for your new brass instrument. After giving your instrument a bath, it'll be very important to re-grease and oil all of your various parts. Even though it can make a fun sound, you do not want to ever tap on your mouthpiece. If your mouthpiece gets stuck, bring it into us right away. Don't let mom or dad try to help with household tools. We have a special tool at our store to get it unstuck. Never force your instrument together or apart. If something doesn't feel right, bring it in. We'll be happy to help you. Likewise, be sure to never force your case closed. If something isn't fitting in quite right, bring it to us. We'll be very happy to help. Always keep 2 hands on your instrument at all times. This means not leaving it on your chair during practice, not doing the no hands trick, even if it seems cool, and no sword fights with your friends. Finally, your instrument should only be played and handled by you. By following these steps, your instrument will stay safe and clean. There is no need to oil your mouthpiece, put it through the dishwasher, or spray it with Febreze. trumpet, the first thing we do is buzz our lips into the mouthpiece. Once we're ready, we will put our instrument up and the trumpet will sound like this. Wow, that's a lot of information. Not to worry though, you can always watch this video again if you ever need a review on how to care for your instrument. If you have questions that were not answered in this video, come on in. Anybody at Royalton Music Center would be very happy to help you. Have a great day and happy music making!